In the midst of the Mediterranean, a search is underway for a record number of migrant boats that set sail from Morocco in the early hours. One by one the rescuers arrive, first with some Moroccans, exhausted and likely to be deported in days. Then women and children, sub-Saharan Africans, making the journey in larger numbers now. 1-year-old Lina from Cameroon is the youngest rescued. Her mother Helen says they were at sea for 6 hours, waiting in the dark for help. We were so scared and cold, she says. Water was rising in the boat. We put our life in God's hands. Here's another rescue boat with another 120 migrants on board, we're told. This is the 4th boat today. There's already 100, 200 on shore. This is Spain, back in the front line of the migration crisis, and there are still more boats coming. An hour later, 6 more migrant boats have called for help. It's now the busiest day of the year for rescuers, in what has been the busiest year since the start of the migration crisis. The aim for most here is to make it halfway, then float in Spanish waters and alert the Coast Guard.
Hay veces en las que sí tenemos la posición por WhatsApp, que ellos envían directamente por teléfono, pero son las mínimas, ¿eh? No sé decir tampoco el tanto por ciento, pero sí puedo decir que son una minoría, no son ni muchísimo menos la gran parte de ellas.
Boats like this one, a children's toy craft, barely visible in the water. Ben Kader from Ivory Coast paid €20 to board a similar tiny boat.
This was a suicidal journey. 11 of us on a boat made for 4 people. We paddled for 14 hours. I was so exhausted, I couldn't move my feet.
At the moment, authorities here say they're coping. But Spain is now receiving more migrants than Greece, with no sign of the numbers dropping. Gavin Lee, BBC News, Tarifa.